Skalala Yahweh. Bo Shuma Bashak Yahweh. Shema Yasharala Yahweh Alahayanawa Kadabamashpaka. Shalom, may peace, serenity, and prosperity be multiplied unto you all. Yeah, we got another sharp rebuke. And this sharp rebuke is for your edification. At my experience of having to deal with another unlearned individual who think they know the scriptures. This person is a complete disappointment. Okay. Long story short, somebody got into their feelings about the fact that you are whoever your father is in regards to nationality. And this person got offended and they claim to be Native American and that their tribe is matriarchal. And then he further goes to say that they or he, whoever they are, whoever this individual is, goes further to say that most Native American tribes are matriarchal and the father isn't known. You know, you're going to read it here in these screenshots, but we're going to cut this mess up strictly with scripture. Okay? That's what we're going to do here. So, as you can see, my post up here states, if the father is so-called white, is a so-called white man, and the mother is a so-called black woman, the offspring is indeed so-called white. You are who your father is. Then this unlearned individual who goes by the name D's Nuts 2026 has the audacity to try to debate me with the scriptures. For one, your name is D's Nuts. You're a walking damn hypocrite. Okay? It's very irksome of you to try to challenge me and try to debate me with your unlearned bullshit with a name like that. The Most High is going to tear your ass a new one. Just know that. He proceeds and says, Tazamach doctrine of the serpent seed. Eve was tempted or seduced by the serpent and laid with the serpent. And then Eve tempted or seduced Adam and laid with Adam, conceiving twins with two different fathers. Cain is not of Adam's lineage, but Eve said she was given a man from Yahweh after giving birth to Cain. It's kind of confusing. I'm not 100% sure who is who and which is which. I can give you my reasons if you want to know. But Jacob was the serpent seed according to Genesis 3:15 and Genesis 25:26. 3:15 says the serpent seed will bruise the heel of the woman's seed, and the woman's seed will bruise the head of the serpent. So this individual is all kind of bugged out, man. Like, damn. Where should I begin? I'm going to the scriptures nonetheless. We're going to Matthew chapter 22, verse 29. Yahushua answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures nor the power of the Most High. This individual doesn't know the scriptures nor the power of the Most High, saying the things that he's saying. He said that Eve got pregnant by two different men and had Cain and Abel. Abel being of Adam's lineage and Cain being of the serpent's lineage. None of that's scriptural, man. None of that's in the book. None of that's in the Bible. You made that bullshit up. You made that bullshit up trying to sound like you know something, but you really don't know a damn thing. You're a fool. You're a fool saying something like that. It's very blasphemous of you to twist up the scriptures like that. You're actually adding to the scriptures. You're adding to the scriptures, man. So you're breaking the ordinance already. You're breaking the word already. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Yahweh, your Elohim, which I command you. Okay, now let's go to Revelation chapter 22, starting at verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Salakia, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city, and then from the things which are written in this book. So you're adding to the scriptures like a fool, and you're going to heap all type of curses on yourself, as it's written, as it's been written, and we read it. Woe unto you. Furthermore, we're going to go to Genesis chapter 3:13. We're going to start at Genesis chapter 3, verse 13. Because he quoted Genesis 3:15. So let's read starting from Genesis 3:13. And Yahweh Elohim said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And Yahweh Elohim said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Genesis 3:15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So this guy takes this, right, and then he further twists up the scriptures and makes it blasphemous by saying this. Bruised head of the serpent seed. 25:6 says Jacob came out holding Esau's heel. And you just know Esau was kicking Jacob in the head. I'm the only one who's made this correct connection. Everyone seems to have overlooked it. Jacob was a liar and a deceiver. Jacob means supplanter, one who wrongfully or illegally seizes and holds the position of another person. All right, so with this doctrine here, this person most likely is an Idumean, cosplaying as a Native American. Because for anybody to try to bring Jacob down low like that after mentioning Jacob and Esau, You sure probably of Idumean seed. You probably are not Idumean, most likely. Yeah, yeah. And if you are a Native American and of a Native American tribe, and you speak of how in your tribe and other Native American tribes the dads aren't known, it's probably because your dad is Esau. Because through the spirit, Esau talks just like that. Esau tries to destroy the prophets, such as Jacob, by saying these type of things about Jacob. So let's go ahead and go to Genesis 25, verse 24. We're going to start at verse 24 because he mentioned that here in Genesis 25:26 right here. So let's go there and start at verse 24. Genesis chapter 25, verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, they were twins in her womb. Genesis 25:25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Genesis 25:26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. So this individual is trying to say that Jacob, Yaquab, Yasharala, is of Satan's seed, trying to connect this to Genesis 3:16, 3:15, Salak. So only an Idumean will make such a connection like that. So you speaking just like an Idumean. So if you don't know who your father is most likely an Idumean. Your mom was probably Native American, but your father was an Idumean. You're a tear. You're probably a tear, speaking like this and trying to talk down on the prophets like you're doing, trying to talk down on the forefather, right? Trying to talk down on the patriarch, Jacob, Yasharala. Yeah, it's already been written how wicked Esau is, but yet you're going to overlook that and just try to say that Jacob is a serpent seed. Yeah, you're destroying yourself with this doctrine. Just know that. Now, he talking about Jacob's name meaning supplanter. He's right about that. It does mean that. But his name was changed too. Yeah, it was changed. Genesis chapter 32, verse 28, when Yahweh was wrestling with the angel. Yeah, he said, it reads here, Genesis 32:28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with the Most High and with men, and hast prevailed. So yeah, why you trying to talk down on the patriarch and the prophet, Yahquab, aka Yasharala, you're full of folly, man. You're full of folly. So he says Jacob means supplanter, one who wrongfully or illegally seizes and holds a position of another person. So Esau's supposed to have the position that Jacob has, huh? Yeah, you're not Idumean. You're an Edomite. You're a true Edomite. You're not a Native American. Your father was an Edomite, and you have the spirit of an Edomite. That's nothing but Edomite rhetoric all day. That's Edomite rhetoric all day, man. You're a damn devil. He says Jacob means supplanter, one who wrongfully or illegally seizes and holds a position of another person, like man in the iron mask. The same thing is going on with YHWH. So see, you even afraid to use the Father's name. But, let's show how much in error you are speaking down on Jacob, speaking down on Yasharala. Let's call that out first. We're going to go to the book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So Yahweh Shah said he didn't come to destroy the law nor the prophets, but here you are destroying the law and destroying the prophets all at once, saying that it's not about who you are, it's not about a patriarchy, it's about a matriarchy. We're gonna read that. We're gonna see when you said that old foolish ass bullshit. We're gonna see it. So you even afraid to say the Most High's name. You say YHWH is actually the devil. And see, and you blaspheme the Most High just like that, calling him the devil. You a damn fool, man. You a damn fool. And the Most High is going to destroy your ass. Boy, so the same thing is going on with YHWH in the Old Testament. YHWH is actually the devil, and I can prove it using the gospel and words of Jesus. So you see, you even saying Jesus. You don't even say the Messiah's true Paleo Hebrew name. So yeah, your father was an Edomite, and you an Edomite. You speak just like an Edomite concerning the scriptures. You speak just like one. And you saying YHWH is actually the devil, and I can prove it using the gospel, the words of Yahweh Shai. I'm saying Yahweh Shai, you said Jesus. Seems weird and contradictory, but there's a veil over the reading of Moses, a veil which is lifted through the words of Jesus, 2 Corinthians 3:15. You have no business delving into Akshael's epistles. You're completely unlearned. Dead Sea Scrolls, Deuteronomy 32:8-9, the Most High El Elyon, that's not even his name. So now you're in here speaking Yiddish. Yeah, you a damn heathen. You a damn heathen cross-playing as a Native American. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, you probably came from a Native American tribe, but your mama had you through an Idumean because you speak just like an Idumean. And that's why you're so big on the matriarchy. So you said Deuteronomy 32:8-9, the Most High Elyon, man, I ain't speaking that Yiddish, divided the nations according to the number of the sons of God. YHWH's portion was Jacob/Israel. You didn't even spell Israel right. YHWH inherited Jacob/Israel. See, you don't even spell Israel right. From the Most High El Elyon. YHWH is a lesser deity. So yeah, see, we already see the folly that you're operating in. You're blasphemous, and the Most High is going to destroy you. All right? It's that simple. The Most High is going to destroy your wicked ass. You can't inherit what is already yours. YHWH. Another person, like man in the iron mask. The same thing is going on with YHWH in the Old Testament. All right. So you're saying YHWH, you're not saying the true names in the Paleo Hebrew, you're speaking Yiddish because why? Malachi chapter 1, verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrificeth unto Yahweh a corrupt thing. For I'm a great king, saith Yahweh of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. That's why you can't say Yahweh, though you claim to be Native American. You can't say Yahweh. You can't say Yahweh, but you claim to be Native American. You can't say Yahweh, but you claim to be Native American. You plan to be Native American because you can't say Yahweh. Yahweh's dreadful to your ass. To say that name is dreadful. That name is dreadful to you. That's why you can't say it. That's why you're on here typing that weak ass YHWH. Calling it a lesser deity. Calling Yahweh a lesser deity. Yeah, he gonna show you here a lesser deity, all right? He gonna show you straight to destruction. Boy, what's up? Continuing on with the reading. You can't inherit what is already yours. YHWH is the fallen one, the devil, one of the Elohim, the divine counsel. He rebelled against the Father. Now pair this up with Psalms 82 and everything falls into place and puts things into perspective. The Gnostics were right. You're bugged out and you're going to be destroyed. All right? It's plain and simple as that. You're bugged out and you're going to be destroyed. You're a hypocrite. Let's go ahead and explain this while he talking about the Gnostics were right. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20 through 22. It reads, "But I say the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils." So yeah, you're sacrificing the devils. That's why your screen name is profane and everything that's coming out of your mouth and all the vomit that you spew is profane. You ain't said nothing. You haven't said a damn thing but run your mouth and twist up the scriptures with an ill understanding. First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21. Ye cannot drink the cup of Yahweh and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils. First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 22. Do we provoke Yahweh to jealousy? Or are we stronger than he? Yeah, you a fool. Then here you go. Here you go. You say, Tazamak, I'm Native American, and we are matriarchal. You know that's a curse, right? To be matriarchal, that's a curse. Ain't nothing glorious about that. The goddamn world tells you that it's something glorious, but ain't nothing glorious in that. Ain't no real power in a matriarchy. All the matriarchy brings is confusion, destruction, and more confusion. That's all a matriarchy brings. It's a construct of confusion. There ain't no real power in a matriarchy. Get the hell out of here. We're going to get it through the scriptures. Don't even worry about it. My tribe is anyway, but I know a lot of tribes that are. You even say what tribe you're from. So that makes me believe even more so that you a damn heathen cosplaying as a Native American and then trying to speak on the scriptures with your profane screen name. And if you truly are Native American, you still under the foolishness that the Northern Kingdom was under since antiquity. And what is that? We're going to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 1 through 2. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Verse 2, ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. So a lot of Northern Kingdom still holds on to idolatry. You know, many of the Native Americans were into idolatry. And that's why what happened to them, because they were serving other gods, other false gods. They made their own idols. That's where you get the totem pole from. That's an idol. Being carried away unto these dumb idols, being Gentiles, being heathens. And you, whoever you are, you a damn heathen yourself. Speaking this way and twisting up scriptures this way. And Salakia, He says, you always know who the mother is, but you don't know who the father is. And men will go hunting or to war and die and never come back. The only one evidence left to identify a child is the mother. It's common sense. You probably going off the Israelites of the Bible. Well, explain the woman's seed in Genesis 3:15. Nah, you just a man, you just a patriarchal hater. That's all you are. You're a patriarchal hater. Yeah, that's unfortunate that men will go off to hunt or war and won't come back, so you have women. But hey, that's a curse. That's a curse. And even if they didn't die in the war, it's a curse. Let's get to it. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So, you know, this individual here, if you are truly Native American, let's say that you just speaking off of folly because you following the doctrine of heathens, right? You know, even though your words come out as a heathen, let's say you actually are Native American. Let's say your father is a Native American. Well, with all that animosity and opposition you're coming at with me, you fit Deuteronomy 28:54 because I'm your brother. I'm your brother in the flesh, not spiritually. We can already see that, not spiritually, which has the preeminence, by the way. But if you're Native American, if you are a Native American, I am your brother in the flesh. And here you are trying to go at me and try to get preeminence on me because you see that I came with the rah-rah on the matter. Biblically proven that you are who your father is, so you're going to come at me. Your whole action here fits Deuteronomy 28:54. So the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So that goes into your attitude towards me, and it goes to the circumstance of the Native American tribes that you speak of that are matriarchal. Furthermore, Isaiah 3:12 also proves why your tribe and many other Native American tribes, as you're talking about, are matriarchal. Isaiah 3:12 says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. That's not a good thing. There's nothing good about a matriarchy. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. So since you're so gung-ho about a matriarchy, that's why you're on here speaking foolishly and twisting up the scriptures. It's really worship of the Queen of Heaven. Then you say Jesus was the woman's seed. Jesus was Jewish because his mother was Jewish. Jesus had no earthly father. Mary was found with child of the Holy Spirit before her and Joseph came together, according to Genesis 25:26. Jacob was the serpent seed. Jacob came out holding Esau's heel. Genesis 3:15. The serpent seed will bruise the woman's seed's heel. Yeah, you're dumb. You're dumb. You don't know nothing about the scriptures. You don't follow the scriptures. And the Most High is going to destroy you. You said Yahweh Shai. You said Yahweh Shai is a Jew because of Mary. The Bible doesn't say that. Woe unto you, man. The Bible doesn't say that. The Bible doesn't say that at all. Let's go ahead and get to it. This is Matthew chapter 1. The book of the generation of Yahushua HaMashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. We know David was of the tribe of Judah. Yeah, he was a son of Mary, but the patriarchy is what really matters. And we see this here in Matthew chapter 1, verse 16. And Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Yahushua, who is also called Hamashiach. So Joseph, if you read all throughout Matthew chapter 1, you see the direct lineage of Yahushua Hamashiach. And it starts off in verse 1, the generation of Yahushua Hamashiach, the son of David. Okay, David was from the bloodline of Judah. And so was Joseph. Joseph was a Judite. He was a Jew, not Jewish. That's two completely different things. You're so unlearned. And I truly believe you're not a Native American. I believe you're a heathen cosplaying as a Native American and spamming and trolling, and just to say that. That's what I truly believe. But even if you are actually a Native American, you're still prone to this type of folly. Because our people are foolish. They're sottish children. Shoot, most of our people don't know nothing about the Most High. That's why they're going to get destroyed. That's why 2/3 going to get cut off. And you looking just like a 2/3 if you actually are a Native American. You damn fool. Let me get back to the scriptures here. So you're just, all this praise of a matriarchy, you're really just serving the Queen of Heaven. And the Queen of Heaven is mentioned in Jeremiah chapter 44, 17 through 23. Y'all make sacrifices to the Queen of Heaven. All that feminist and matriarch talk, all that is the Queen of Heaven worship. And again, for your own reading, because, you know, that's a lot of reading. That's a lot of reading. And I'm running out of time here. But mark it in your notes. Queen of Heaven, Jeremiah chapter 44, verses 17 through 23. That's what that matriarchy is. That upholding and the honoring of a matriarchy is just the worship of the Queen of Heaven. It's a form of feminism. It's destructive. There's nothing glorious about a matriarchy. It's against the Most High. And how we know that? Because, for one, you're triggered at me speaking this truth that comes from the Torah, while you vainly posting Bible verses that you have no idea of what you're saying or what you're posting. You're just posting stuff being a fool to your own destruction, as it's already been written. But this is Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees of their after the families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. May peace, serenity, and prosperity be multiplied unto you all. Shalom.